Welcome to GP Boot Camp. You are here because you have demonstrated a serious lack of knowledge about roller coasters, theme parks, and how to be a decent human fucking being. At GP Boot Camp, you will learn how to properly push a stroller without bashing the backs of other guests' legs. You will learn how to wait in line like a normal human being, something you should have already learned in elementary school. You will also learn how to properly dress after exiting the water park so decent people can enjoy their fucking dining plans without losing their appetites over your D-cup-sized back tits. Sir? Yes, you stupid motherfucker who thought it would be a good idea to wear flip-flops to a damn park. What kind of bullshit question can I answer for you? Are we going to get to ride the Fury? Let me stop you right there, you Dippin' Dots buying son of a bitch. Do you see the word "the" on the Fury 325 sign? No, you don't, because it's not called the Fury, you blind asshole. You maggots better learn the proper names of every damn B&M on God's green earth before this 2 weeks is over. I swear to God, you will get to feel the Fury, my Fury. Do I make myself clear? Sir, yes, sir. Pop quiz, you sweaty assholes. If your child wins a basketball playing a game at the park, where is the best place for said child to play with his new ball? The Midway, sir. Wrong answer, you water park smelling jackass. The answer is your house, where normal children play with toys. Your shitty ball bouncing children are the reason it takes 45 minutes to cross a damn theme park on foot. If I paid $60 to get my kid into a park and he spent half the day bouncing a ball, you know what I would do? Take it from him, sir? No, Private. I would give that ungrateful bastard up for adoption and promptly blow my damn brains out. Anyone up for some hoops? I didn't think so. Now today we are going to teach you shitbags about POVs. You dipshits have internet, don't you?
Yes, sir. I actually watched some videos by Theme Park Review, sir.
Are you fucking kidding me right now? I think I just threw up in my own damn mouth. Sure, go ahead, you unsavable asshole. There's no hope for you anyway. Enjoy your shaky-ass 2-minute video of some Vekoma pile of shit at Hiroshima Fuck Spa while the rest of us try to be decent fucking Americans. If you're lucky, you might get banned from a damn Twitter account and get a free Storm Chaser koozie in the mail. Maybe we could catch up later at the Winter Circle Jerk and get some backstage tours of roller coasters that aren't even operating because it's 15 fucking degrees below zero. This is not a fucking game, Private.
I'm sorry, sir. I did watch other videos, sir. A guy with a beanie named Cliff Novak.
It's Clint, you little asshole. Clint fucking Novak. And don't you ever disrespect the name of that man in front of me again, or I will shove that damn souvenir cup so far down your throat you'll be farting Mountain Dew bubbles for the rest of your God-given life. Mr. Novak is a god compared to you sissies. Mr. Novak also has something you little bitches will never have.
Coaster count above 20, sir?
No, you pathetic maggot, a fucking personality. If you think you're too cool to wear a beanie, that's because you are. You don't get to wear the Honorable Mr. Novak's crown until you stop watching Rush Limbaugh's shitty videos just to win a Kentucky Kingdom bumper sticker. Which brings us to lesson 1. Podcast. Now there are plenty of podcasts you can listen to about theme parks, but only a handful that are worth a shit. In no particular order, they are...
Ride This One Podcast. If you want family friendly, go listen to Coaster Fucking Radio.
Well, that's embarrassing.
Welcome to Ride This One Podcast. Thank you. It's episode 14. Yes, we're back in studio and ready to have some fun. But it's not just Slater and Gare Bear and me. We have a guest. Is that not right, guys?
Yes. Our local trash guy decided to come and join us for this episode.
Trash in many ways. many ways. I don't know why you guys brought me on here, but here we are.
Because we're trash too. And
well, this is true.
This is our way of clawing up to the legend.
Yeah, you're just making your way up, which actually you started with Drew the Intern before me, so I feel honored if you're making your way up the rankings at In the Loop. You somehow thought I was above Drew the Intern.
Well, I don't really know how tall Drew is, but I'm assuming he's shorter than you.
That would be correct, yes.
Right, so, we kind of have to start with the shortest and work our way up. Now, I don't know where Legend sits in there, but, I don't care.
think I got him on the height scales.
Got
though,
him
but-
on the height. All right,
Yeah,
all right.
that's all right.
So we're going downhill from here.
We'll get you there. We'll probably never get him on here. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he's interested outside of just doing In the Loop and then doing his drinking and working thing. But you
That's
never
fine.
know.
That's
I mean,
fine.
that sounds like a pretty good life to me.
I'd go after
I'll get the
Clint
next
Novak.
best thing. I'll get his girlfriend on here, and don't think I won't.
There you go.
You're evil.
What's up, boys? How we doing today? Thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yes, bright and early, and on Sunday
too
morning,
fucking
I'm
early.
having my absinthe. It's a good time.
That's a way to wake in a Sunday. I mean, if that's anything Legend could appreciate, it's you breaking into Sunday with absinthe.
I would hope so. But we have a lot to talk about today. There's a lot of news and stuff to cover.
This is the first
so-
news. This is the first show we've actually talked about news. I mean, other than Orlando, we don't want to be another Orlando podcast. So we're actually talking about news.
And I'll point out another thing, and it kind of makes me a little sad, but today we're about equality again. We have two faggots here with me and Gare Bear, but God fucking damn it, do we have two straight people here?
Yes, we do.
Well, Goliath gets questionable
Quote,
on
unquote.
given days, but we have Goliath, and we have this piece of trash here, Kenny,
Well, I mean,
which you have a nickname, don't you,
Yeah.
Kenny?
yeah, I was gonna say I knew you were gonna get to that, and I was gonna say you guys don't know me too well. We'll see how this plays out. See, I thought before you guys had Adam on a few weeks ago, I thought I was gonna have to gay it up and play that role, and then he seemed to nail that down pretty well. So I'm gonna have to
Adam came and blew everyone in the water.
Oh, he
That's
blew
not all
everyone,
he
all right.
blew.
He blew everybody, I'm sure. Yeah, no, up here in Chicago where I'm from, it is Gay Pride Day. They do have the parade
Nice.
going on downtown, so we got to wrap this up pretty quick today so I can make it down there for that.
Well, that's a way better excuse than what Goliath has. He's going to a goddamn baseball game.
I'm going to eat food that a baseball game just happens to be breaking out next to.
Right. We know you're going to be gagging on all those footlongs. Don't even play.
He's going to look at the players in their pants.
You know, I'll just post pictures of me gagging on all those footlongs. And I'm not talking about the Subway guy.
Oh, God. He was... No. He wasn't about the footlongs at all. He was
Oh,
like
no.
about the little cocktail weenies.
Oh, the
he was
cocktail
into
weenies.
cocktail weenies.
Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah. Jesus. It's too early for this. I'm not quite drunk enough. But there's news actually coming out of Goliath's neck of the woods. Tell us what's going on out there right now with the Georgia Cyclone.
Well, somebody spotted a footer. Somebody spotted some paint. And you know what that means? Paint means a new coaster's coming. There possibly is really more coming. The rumor mill has started because, we need something. Over Georgia needs something new. So they're talking about possibly iron horsing the Georgia Cyclone, which, let's just be honest, it fucking needs it.
yeah. I
mean-
That ride is painful.
almost all those Cyclone clones, there's so much potential that could be, used for RMC in those scenarios. I think that's a good fit for this park. What do you guys think?
It's really exciting because that's one of the entrance coasters, if you will.
Is it?
Goliath comes out over the park, but if you park in the west entrance, you get to walk by the Cyclone, the Georgia Cyclone.
You hear that? You heard it here first. Goliath comes out over the park
He does.
all the time. Every time he visits.
He just
Hey.
comes everywhere.
Just
You know what
does-
what I love about the fact though that this rumor is starting to kind of gain some traction is if you go back to one of our earlier episodes, I in fact did say that Georgia Cyclone was the next Six Flags roller coaster to get the RMC. So I'm just saying I was right again. Even though nothing is official yet, I'm claiming victory, and if it doesn't happen, Gare Bear said it. So
Oh yeah, that's how it goes. Just throw me under the bus.
Right. Hopefully it's better than the Six Flags bus.
My opinion on this, I'd much rather see it happen to the Georgia Cyclone than the Great American Scream Machine. I know that's another one that a lot of people have kind of hoped for to get an RMC overhaul, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm sick and tired of Six Flags taking all of their older iconic wooden coasters and just basically disregarding them and giving them over to RMC. I mean, it's cool what they've done with some of them, but at some point, like, you're not going to have any of these traditional wooden coasters left, and I wouldn't really necessarily consider the Cyclone to be like an iconic traditional wooden coaster. I mean, it's not an exact clone, but it's close enough to a couple different rides around the country. So I'd much rather see it happen to this than the Scream Machine, to be honest. I've not ridden Cyclone. I did ride Scream Machine because every time I come to that goddamn fucking park, it pours rain, and I don't get a chance to ride half the shit there. But yeah, I'm cool with this.
Ace did just award Scream Machine with their historic ride honor, and so I don't think the Scream Machine is going anywhere.
But isn't that
really?
like Slater honoring any guest on the show with a spot in his basement? I mean, doesn't that just happen to roller coasters across the country?
Right. Is that hold
True.
any weight?
Oh,
Like-
you want to talk about honor, bitch? You came on here looking straight up out like you work at a distillery with the beard and the tattoos. Shit, motherfucker, you can move upstairs. You'll be my house, bitch. I don't fucking care. A lot of people don't know because everyone listens to In the Loop, you know, and he comes on the show and, you know, super quiet and all that. But if you're going to, you know, put the legend, Drew, and then, you know, Kenny standing next to each other, we all know who we'd fuck first. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. I mean, there you go. I need more booze.
I mean, I guess I am In the Loop's little spoon for a reason. That was something
Exactly.
we were
Now-
asking before. We never quite got around to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the story with that. So the first time I met up with Drew and the legend down in Orlando, my buddy and I were down there just, you know, visiting the parks, and I hit the guys up and I was like, hey, you know, we've been talking on Twitter. Why don't we meet up? And, you know, we'll just grab some drinks, whatever. And so we're down there, we're talking, and they start asking about my buddy, and it's just like, yeah, we're just, you know, we just came down and we're doing some theme parking, and, you know, like you do, sometimes we'll go and we'll just travel around and we'll hit up, you know, like a baseball game and a theme park. Those kind of trips are easy to tie together. Basically, what they were getting around to is like, are either of you motherfuckers married? Are you together? What's the deal here? And well, both of us are married, but it's like, it's one of those things where sometimes it's easier to just grab a buddy and go hit up a sporting event in a theme park, you know, just, you know, for a dude weekend. But
we
You
call
just
that
described.
road shop.
we
Yeah.
didn't realize in this conversation we were coming across as flaming homosexuals. And so the next week on the show, they talked about meeting up with us and referred to me as the little spoon and him the big spoon because he's taller than me. So the name stuck. And yeah, I've ever since then become In the Loop's little spoon. So
I just assumed that they called you Little Spoon because of your heroin habit. So, you know, I'm good to know that it's otherwise. So.
no, I'm clean.
just like all good nicknames on Theme Park Podcast, it started with a gay rumor.
Yeah,
That's pretty much how it goes.
that's exactly how it happened. They really thought we were just gonna go bang it out at the fucking Cabana Bay or something. Just yeah, we didn't realize we were coming across as flaming homosexuals.
I would listen to that podcast.
Oh, I would so listen to that podcast. Oh, Jesus. So,
Yes, we know you guys would.
oh, and so would you. Everyone
Okay,
would. There's not
okay.
that much to listen to. So.
No,
It would
What
only
are we
be a
gonna do
minute
with
and a
the
half
other-
of screaming.
exactly. What are we going to do with the other 2.5 hours?
But here's the question. Between you and your friend who I've never met, who would be the top? Because that's what the world really wants to know.
Well, he's the little spoon.
Oh, you're right.
He's the little spoon.
Kenny's a little Nelly bottom. I love it!
You guys are gonna make me blush. I don't know how this whole gay thing works. I'm gonna be honest.
Don't act like you don't know.
Goliath, I'm
I
with you, buddy.
know how it works. You take the penis, you put it up the butt. That's basically how it works. It feels like you're riding a Vekoma in your asshole. That's basically what it's like.
You make it sound terrible. A Vekoma in your asshole.
Hang out with these two and you'll find out way more than you would ever care to know about this,
Look, I've been listening to the show since the start. I've learned way more than I feel like I need to know. Why I continue to listen, I'm not sure. But Goliath, I'm a red-blooded Bud Light drinking NASCAR watching motherfucker. I'm about as straight as it gets. Sorry to break your hearts, dudes.
Oh.
You still listen to this show, so you're not as straight as you think.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Apparently not as straight as I think.
Listen, you can totally like pussy, but still be kind of gay. I realize that. You can totally like pussy, but definitely still be kind of gay. Also, do you know how many fucking faggots drink Bud Light? It's Bud fucking Light. There's nothing straight about Bud Light.
No, Bud Light's terrible. I only say that because there's a picture on my Instagram account. I went to the NASCAR race in Daytona, Florida last year, and I bought a sleeveless. I bought a Daytona tank top with an American flag, and I was just drinking a can of Bud Light, just drunk as fuck.
Oh my god!
That's the only reason I said Bud Light is absolute dog shit. I'm an IPA guy. I love all the beers. I love all the drinks, but no, Bud Light is pretty shit. But you get me drunk enough, I mean, I'll drink anything. I don't care.
Well, if you go to the NASCAR racetrack down there in Daytona, that place is like just one giant Budweiser advertisement.
Absolutely.
So tell us, what would you consider your home park, where you're located?
My home park happens to be Great America up here in Chicago, for better or for worse. It's not the greatest, but it's far from the worst. I tend to fall into the same rut as anybody else who goes to a park over and over and over their whole life. I mean, I've got my gripes about it, but at the end of the day, it's got its reasons for being respectable. I'd love personally to claim Holiday World as my home park. I feel like I'd rather support Holiday World more than anything else around me, and it's within a manageable driving distance, but I don't get there very often. But
why the fuck would you want to call that your home park?
Holiday World?
Because it's amazing.
It's painful. That park is nothing but pain.
Some of us like a little pain for pleasure.
He likes a little pain for pleasure.
Okay. Goliath, buddy, we're on the same team. We're the two straight guys here. Let's talk this out like gentlemen.
Come on.
We're gonna sort this out.
Okay.
What it seems like to me, Goliath, is that you might need some training from Raven's Rough Riders.
I don't want training.
No, you do.
Why do I want training to enjoy pain? I'm sorry.
Okay,
I don't
that's
like
fine.
pain.
Go through life being a little pussy bitch. Okay. No, you're not even a pussy bitch because a pussy can take a beating.
Oh.
So
that's fine.
I don't know what's wrong with you. And even so put all of the pain, as you like to call it, aside. You are not going to find a nicer park. The owners are the best. And the youngest owner, that boy, oh gosh, I'd eat him for breakfast.
I'm not saying that the owners aren't amazing. And I rode the best beast ever. I got a night ride on the beast.
You still haven't visited me, bitch.
That's true. The best beast in Indiana.
There you go.
Wildebeest.
Okay.
The wildebeest, yes.
So you're not even a fan of Thunderbird, huh?
Thunderbird was good. I do like Wild Eagle better.
And that's how I know you're just fucking wrong in the head. Like, I have been on both of those, and let me tell you, there's no fucking comparison. You're right. There's a problem with Dollywood. I feel like there's like You know, we talk about CP fanboys. Well, Dollywood has fanboys too. Dollywood is not that great. It's not bad by any means, but it's not that great. I'm talking to you too, Valentine, you fucking motherfucker.
See, even though Dollywood is like the gays love Dolly Parton, like Dollywood is cars and tits and roller coasters. It's built for the straight man. It's no wonder that it's not your favorite park, Slater.
Absolutely.
You know why it's not my favorite park?
We don't have a cave that you can go exploring.
What do I say? I like spelunking. No,
I know you like spelunking. That's your new phrase, isn't it? Spelunking.
Spelunking. You know
Wants
what's
to
funny?
climb deep on in there.
I will say, I'll just interject there. I make that joke, but my family, when I was younger, we actually were avid cavers, and not like going, but like actual caving, swimming through water, hands and knees through the mud, like non-touristy caves. We did that.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Is very similar. So if you've ever eaten an asshole, straight guys eat their girlfriend's assholes sometimes if they're a little gay. I mean, they do.
Do
it's
they?
similar. Oh God, yeah.
I think most straight guys treat the butthole like it's like the dark side of the woods. They just don't ever go there.
Their butthole, but a lot of straight
True.
guys can't wait to pop that dark cherry on their girlfriend. I'm just saying. They're all about it. They want it. I do think that's a little bit gay because a butthole is a butthole and a mouth is a mouth. Can't help you with the vagina.
Okay.
I always imagine like. Also, the
You keep imagining, but we have two straight guys here that can tell us exactly how this goes. So Kenny,
Yeah, well, that
are
depends
you
on how
into
many.
the beehole?
That depends on how many Bud Lights in I am, I guess. What that really comes down to.
Oops, wrong hole. Sorry, honey. You know, you can always claim it's a mistake. My question is now the whole thing, like where the lady will squeeze her tits together and then you know, fuck her tits. Now, are either of you two fans of tit fucking?
Are you a motorboating son of a bitch, Goliath?
I thought
Boop.
motorboating was when you did it with your face.
Say,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like fucking the dick.
Right,
Like,
right.
squeeze
What
the
is that
tits.
called?
Yeah, no. Well, that's just titty fucking. Look, the
That's
boobs.
just titty fucking.
The boobs are all a visual thing.
People are so not clever.
Nothing really happens physically out of any boob action. The boobs are all a visual thing. I don't see how anybody could really disagree with that. Whether it's with your face or with your dick, it's all just a visual thing.
That's pretty true.
See, I have no idea why. It's just a total. It's another world to me.
That's what separates the gays from the straights, I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
Now that's a Disney parody we should make happen. I kind of feel sorry for you because even though there's two straight dudes, you have two very loud, okay, mainly one very loud gay dude on this show that just kind of just gays it the fuck up.
Hey, so Goliath,
Yeah.
you were you just down at Holiday World?
Yeah, it
Like-
was just I did Hollywood Nights.
How is Legend since they retracted? Isn't that more on the like? I get it. Like you're not a big wooden coaster guy, but did you ride it?
I rode it. I rode it a couple times, and it wasn't bad. I didn't mind it. I got off of it one ride and said I would ride that again, which is a lot, which is pretty good for me. I was like, that wasn't bad. It was.
Was that your
it
first
was-
time there though? Did you ride it
That was my
before
first
they
time there.
retracted?
Yeah.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
experienced. That was my first time ever there. So, I mean, I had my Voyage cherry popped at night with no trim brakes.
And you know what? You're really lucky that you and me rode that together the first time because it was extra cushion. It's what we called it the marshmallow ride. It was ridiculous.
Yes, the
Both
marshmallow
of us
ride.
squeezing next to each other on a PTC is fucking hilarious. We should have got a picture of that, honestly.
We should have.
So Slater, you rode it before and
Yes.
after, yeah? So how much?
Yes.
Because it used to be quite painful in some areas.
Oh God! The last two seasons it was literally unrideable. But it's greatly improved. I actually really like it now. I went and rode it its opening season in 2000, and it was amazing. I like the way they sped up the end of the ride. I think it's an improvement. you're always going to have those enthusiasts who are like, don't change anything.
Yeah.
You get pissed
Yeah,
off, but I
absolutely.
think it's a better ride now.
Awesome. Cool.
I did experience my first. I do now have a number one wooden coaster that's not Thunderhead, so I really enjoyed Mystic Timbers. That was
Oh, there
that
you
was
go.
phenomenal.
There you go. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
How many of you guys have actually ridden Lightning Rod?
I know.
Well, we all know I
Crickets?
have.
We know you have.
We all know I'm a homebody with no money.
Well, that's
So
not
that's
true.
true.
You got a new job.
Yeah, but I ain't flying out to Tennessee anytime
You
soon.
just smoked too much pot. You're
Mhm.
still broke because now you're like, I can afford to smoke to the level that I wanted to in the first place.
Well, I've always been able to do that. I just couldn't do anything else. But now I can smoke pot in Tennessee if I wanted to.
Garrett was gonna go and then he forgot.
I was gonna ride the rod, but I got high.
I was supposed to be somewhere today.
I have not ridden it. I have not been to Dollywood because for the last 3 years I've been planning to try to make it down there, and this ride just refuses to cooperate. And I don't want to make the trip down there and have my first time sort of be tainted with, is this ride going to be open? Is it not? I mean, it's not really an excuse. I get a lot of people love this place, and it sounds like a pretty quality park. And when you start getting to a certain point, like you start running out of big time parks left to go to, and this is one of the bigger fish out there for me. So I just kind of need to make it down there at some point. But no, I've not even experienced Dollywood, let alone Lightning Rod.
So you basically don't want to have the experience that Slater had with Boardwalk Bullet.
Or Cedar
Yes.
Point, or many
Ce-
various other parks.
Yeah.
Or Epcot.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
I mean,
I'm nervous when you come out here for the California parks. I'm a little scared. You've got a reputation.
Six Flags Magic Mountain to burn to the fucking ground. But Six Flags won't care. They'll still be like, we're still running full throttle. Get on. It's good. It's just like the fire is the effects. We got them working again.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good. And Lightning Rod is actually open again. And people are like, "Oh, it's so much slower." Well, it's not slower. It's just within spec now. Previously, if you rode it, it was balls to the wall. Now the humps aren't as intense. I have a friend that
Well, that's disappointing.
just rode it, and he said Dolly's humps are not nearly as intense now because they've slowed down the launch to make it within spec.
So they gave Dolly Parton these beautiful double, triple Ds, and then they said too much and reduced them down. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much.
Well, it was causing
Heresy.
back pain, literally, for the riders. Here's the thing. According to Dollywood, at the bottom of that first hill, occasionally, because it was launching sporadically, so sometimes it was launching slower, sometimes it was launching faster. That was the big issue, it was causing tons of issues with the sensors. But occasionally at the bottom of the first hill, it was hitting up to 90 miles an hour. Okay?
What?
90 miles. It was literally ripping the track apart. So maintenance, that big bump at the bottom is because it was hitting 90. I'm actually thinking the day I rode it, it was so fucking uncomfortable. The airtime was felt dangerous and it hurt my legs. And I like pain, okay? I don't
He
care.
does. He
I'm
loves
already
thinking
it.
it was
established
probably
that.
going that fast. That motherfucker felt fast, but dangerous so. So apparently they fixed that issue. Now it's actually launching at what it was supposed to day one.
So you got a little taste of Lightning Rod before they trimmed it down. So you
Ugh.
can
so-
say that you've ridden it.
if you rode it previously and survived that death trap, what it was, you're fucking lucky you're not Miss What's Her Name in Texas a couple of years ago, because that motherfucker.
I'm not that fat.
No.
To lift my belly fat.
No.
Over
This
the
has nothing to
restraint.
do with.
I know to do that so my ass doesn't fall out.
This has nothing to do with body shape. This is everything to do with you're lucky you weren't thrown out like a fucking Texan angry bird, is what it is. So, so be happy you fucking survived it if you did ride it, and be happy it's still running and you can ride it the way it's supposed to be ridden.
Right?
I think it's a solid ride, though. I'm glad they're They've got it running. I'm really hoping, though, they actually have it running. But it's still only one train operation. So we'll see. See what happens with that.
Speaking of rides that aren't running full cars anymore, Mystic Timbers actually is not running 3 trains. Did you guys know that?
That was quick.
When we were there right after Hollywood Nights, I rode Mystic Timbers and absolutely loved it. Phenomenal ride. Let me tell you what there's not in the shed. Fucking air conditioning. Can you imagine sitting in that shed in 90-degree weather? It was terrible.
No.
But it not only is it bad for us, it's bad for the electronics. So they were having projector issues. One of the projectors was working, one of them wasn't, and they would have to actually shut the ride down while we were there because the projectors weren't working. The day before we were there, they were only running 2 train operations. The day before we were there, they didn't open Mystic Timbers until 5 p.m. because it was running too fast. It was actually overshooting the station and tripping the sensors. So it wouldn't surprise me if a trim was coming on that ride as well.
They're going to have to, because in the heat, it just can't handle it. They can't. And of course, the summer, when they're the busiest, is when it's going to be hot, and they need 3 trains. That park gets busy, especially on weekends. So they're going to have to
pop
add
an
some
AC
trims.
unit in that shed, and then they can run 3 trains. The electronics won't fail.
The brake run isn't in that. And also, let's be honest, by next season, they're not going to close that ride down if the projectors aren't running, because the projectors just won't be working.
Right.
It's just not how it's going to be. So I want to turn back to our guest here. So one question I'm sure you've heard that we ask everybody: are you a wood or a steel guy? So on the spectrum of coaster sexuality, where do you land?
Well, on that spectrum, I am all the way over on the woody side for the most part. I absolutely fucking love wooden roller coasters, and the rowdier and crazier, the better. I mean, there's that certain threshold you cross over once they become painful and you feel like you're breaking bones. That's not cool. Or also something like Garrett out there by you, that godforsaken Apocalypse at Magic Mountain. That thing feels like it's got square wheels for some reason.
It does seem pretty rough for a GCI, I have to admit. But they actually, when was the last time that you rode that?
That would have been about 2 years ago.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that since then they did a refurbishment of at least one of the trains, which made a pretty decent difference. Yeah. And they did some track work, so it's a little bit better, but it's still kind of rough. It seems like they're always under maintenance on that coaster because there's always some issue with it.
Well, GCI, my absolute favorite coaster manufacturer. So, what we were just talking about, Mystic Timbers. I loved the Mystic Timbers. I thought it was fantastic. One of the best GCIs I've been on. I just really, really, really enjoy wooden coasters. And actually, Slater, this is something I wanted to ask you when I got on the show. I've got beef with you, sir. Being from Missouri, the great state of Missouri, I really enjoy Six Flags St. Louis.
Oh, wow.
And I fucking love the Boss. I fucking love that ride. And I've hoped for years that the rumors of it going on was true.
1 second. I just need to interject. I no longer want to fuck you.
Oh, boy. Well, fine, because it wasn't going to happen anyway, bitch.
Oh.
Hey, I can always Bill Cosby that shit. We've already established I ain't got no fucking morals, motherfucker.
Slater Slade.
But no, dude, your state down there has got some fantastic wooden coasters. I mean, I really enjoy Prowler over at Worlds of Fun. What's the other wooden coaster over there?
We got Prowler, we got American Thunder, we got Screaming Eagle,
Outlaw Run,
Timberwolf.
Timberwolf, that's the one. Yeah.
Here's my issue with Six Flags St. Louis. First of all, it's been forever since they've done anything. Yes, the park is pretty, but they don't really take care of the rides. Also, Boss lacks airtime.
It does.
I'm not a huge lateral guy. It's all about airtime for me. So to me, I find the ride boring. There's like maybe 2 good moments of airtime on the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
They don't take care of it. That pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah.
And I'm generally not a fan of GCIs. And of course, we have
Oh.
2
What?
fucking GCIs.
Now,
Okay.
Now,
and
hey, now I'm
here's
not
my
fucking you.
reason.
Now I'm not fucking you, asshole.
You don't deserve it.
It's funny that you think that you would have ever been fucking me and not the other way around. So,
Yeah, Mr. Little Spoon.
little spoon. Get over, bitch. Anyway, I don't think GCI is bad, and I totally get why people like GCI. My issue is what GCI loves to do are these tiny little pops of airtime. These like quick little like Johnson airtime. I hate that. I do not like those. I want ejector airtime or sustained floater airtime. Those are the only 2 bits of airtime I like. But all they fucking do are these little pops of airtime. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh.
And so I don't care for GCIs. I think they're beautiful. They're fun to look at. The only good GCI that I really, well, there's 2. I like Thunderhead at Dollywood. It's a great ride. And then the rest in peace Ozark Wildcat at Celebration City was awesome.
Both of which I've not experienced, so I can't.
Yeah, I know. Not a lot of people have. I feel very lucky to have that one.
The other thing I've always wondered with you guys always talk about El Toro like it's terrible. You call it El Boro. Dude, that fucking ride has got some of the greatest ejector time I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah, well, Slater wouldn't know anything about that, so...
Here's a little behind the scenes on that. That is purely to fuck with our friend Ariel. It's like her favorite ride, so we just talk shit on it.
Not anymore. Not anymore. The Voyage has taken over.
True. Voyage did take that for her. She does prefer Voyage now. But we're too fat to fit on El Toro, motherfucker.
I've been there once and I walk ashamed it, so you know.
Yeah. Well, that sucks because that's some phenomenal airtime there. So, but
I probably would love it. It's probably right up my fucking alley. Ejector airtime and lots of it.
I don't know how any coaster fan in their right mind couldn't get off of that thing and not love it. But yeah. So to answer your question, I love wooden coasters. I really enjoy very aggressive, intense steel coasters as well. I love I-305. I love Skyrush at Hershey
Thank
Park.
you. I'll fuck you again now.
Wait, what was that?
You like Skyrush? I'm willing to fuck you again.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. I'm feeling honored again. Yeah. No, Skyrush. I think if for what it's one of those coasters that for whatever reason it's polarizing because some people's body types it hurts their legs. You know, whatever. Some people have issues with it. I don't. And so I happen to love it. Same kind of goes for Maverick at Cedar Point. Some people have issues with it. I fucking love it.
So good.
I'm all about those crazy, intense steel coasters, but at heart, I'm more of a wooden guy. Voyage is incredible. So yeah.
I really enjoyed standing in front of Maverick crying in the rain.
I would have loved to have seen it. I mean,
Sorry again. We've not ridden that.
Speaking about parks you've never been to, Slater, Epcot's, there's some rumors going on at Epcot. You didn't see this area. Don't worry, I didn't show you this area. You didn't get into World Showcase.
Fuck yeah.
But the rumor mill has it that we might actually get the Ratatouille ride. Disney World has filed permits for an area between France and Morocco that is about the same size as the Ratatouille ride over in Paris. So we might actually get some new stuff over there in Epcot.
It looks like a good spot for it too. Like that is a big chunk of land that they have just kind of rotting away back there.
Bigger than it needs to be. So
wow.
I actually think that they might be doing both the ride and the restaurant.
Ooh, I hope they're doing the restaurant.
That wouldn't surprise
That
me.
would be awesome.
This is huge. They have a giant like parking lot that they have filled with like storage items and trucking containers and stuff. But yeah, it's just pretty much an empty lot, which is unheard of.
And so, Little Spoon, we know how much you get off to Disney. How do you feel about this?
I'm guessing that is that perhaps a joke? Because I literally have no fucking Disney knowledge at all. Anybody who's heard me on any of the other podcasts I partake in, I've never stepped foot inside Epcot either.
Which is funny because how often are you going to fucking Orlando?
Yeah, I'm in Orlando.
You're like in the loops, bitch. You're always talking about I'm going to Orlando again, and you still don't. I've been there once, and I'm already like, I gotta go to Disney.
Yeah, well, I'm a Universal fanboy, but I got a 6-month-old kid now, and we're going down there in October, and that's going to be a big Disney trip. Not that he's going to fucking know anything, but you bet your ass I'm going to use it as an excuse to get to Disney. Because I want to go. I enjoy Disney when I go. I just, I don't know, for whatever reason, I just can't. I'm a big thrill guy, and so Universal's always appealed to me more. And I just always find myself there. But I recognize the irony in the fact that I'm on a fucking podcast themed to the Haunted Mansion, and I've never been on the Haunted Mansion. Like, I get it. So I'm looking to change all that coming up this summer.
Speaking of which, when is my fucking ass gonna get on that podcast?
Look, dude, Grim Grinning hosts, we're open. We're an open door. If you want to come on, we'll set up a time. Unlike this fucking show, it took 2 months to get this lined up for me. If that, it might have been longer.
Listen, sometimes shows are you may not understand this. There's a term called popular, and you have to wait your fucking turn. And that's what this show is.
Damn.
Okay? I have us booked out like 6 fucking months.
Yeah. Yeah, Grim Grinning Host wasn't born out of Evil Mike Collins' ballsack. We weren't blessed with that huge fan base right out of the gate.
You have no idea how much dick and ass I had to eat. It's fucking ridiculous. It's all worth it for the non-money that we get for doing this show.
Yes.
Yeah.
All this non-monetized recognition we're getting here.
Dude,
It's
we'll
really
get you on
paying
over there.
those bills.
We'll get you on over there. It's fun. It's a good time.
I'm just worried you'll regret it, but I don't really care. It'll be fun.
No, you don't. You
no
don't
regrets over there. GGH's got no regrets.
It's one of the few shows I do listen to, so I do really like. I don't even listen to Coaster Radio anymore, but
And edit that shit out.
no, I will never edit that out. Michael will text me like, "What's this, motherfucker? What do you mean you don't listen?"
At least 60% of our listener base came from them. You can't shun them on air.
I can do whatever the fuck we want. Last
Yeah.
episode, we started making fun of Rob Alvey. The second we start doing that, everything's game. I can make fun of whoever the fuck I want to.
Well, everyone's
So-
making fun of Rob Albee.
No, he's doing it himself. So,
Exactly.
So speaking about you real crazy people and stuff, what's the worst experience you've ever had at a theme park?
I've actually been pretty fortunate to not have too many terrible experiences. I used to have my eyebrow pierced, and the
oh god,
the Iron Wolf up here at Great America before they removed it. I did rip my eyebrow open on the restraint. Yeah, that was not
I was
cool.
hoping you wouldn't say that.
Yeah. No.
How
And
did that happen?
Well, I don't know. It was a terrible fucking ride and not the most ideal restraints for having an eyebrow piercing, apparently.
Did you like
that was
bang
God
it?
giving you what you deserve for having your fucking eyebrow pierced.
Well, that was
I don't
a
care
very
if it was 2001 when it was at the height of its popularity. Unacceptable.
No,
sir.
that actually was exactly when it was, 2001. No joke. That was also the same day, same ride. We witnessed a chick, a big chick, we'll say. I'll be nice. She was getting off of that same ride with a skirt with no underwear on. And you guys know those rides, those stand-up B&Ms. It's essentially a bike seat up your ass, or if you're a pantyless, up your vagina. So, yeah, I witnessed that just before my ill-fated eyebrow ripping ride. So that was.
So
that
you switched rows after you saw that you were going to sit in her seat, huh?
Yeah. So that
I
was
got
not
the
good.
sound of her getting off of that.
She didn't even need a restraint. She just had that suction on there.
Good. She was stuck up on that bitch. I just hope that she wasn't on her period because.
Well, it might have looked like it after I got off. I mean,
Oh God.
there was fucking blood everywhere.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Well, that sounds pretty freaking traumatic to me, so I'd say that's up there, sir.
Let's talk about traumatic things actually while we're at it. Now, I sent you all a few videos, and this is just today started going around Facebook and shit.
I
Oh,
was extremely traumatized by that video you sent me.
yeah.
I know. I think you're talking about the gay porn I sent you. This is a different thing.
Oh, not that one. Okay.
You're talking about the double fisting penetration video. No. That was just me and Garrett earlier. But anyways,
okay.
Called the
my
pre-show.
Bad, my bad.
the pre-show,
Oh, the pre-show.
motherfucker. But no, I'm talking about this girl falling from the sky ride at The Great Escape. Now, for those who haven't seen the video, literally the video opens up with this huge crowd of people underneath the sky ride, and there's a girl hanging like from her fucking neck.
She is barely hanging on for her life.
It's freaking scared.
Yeah, and the kicker on this was that there was no safety precautions put in place for something like this to have happened. So if that ride ever needs to be evacuated, well, you're shit out of luck. You came to a Six Flags park.
I talked to some people who apparently were there because that's the type of person I am. The girl had kind of been hanging on and falling for a while because the person next to her was kind of holding on to her, and she had been slipping. And they're like, Great Escape was like, oh, well, we don't really have anything. We don't have a cherry picker or anything for this situation. So literally it was a group of like 2 emergency service like people that work at the park, and then a bunch of people who are just there at the park for the day, and they all gather under her and are like, we'll catch you.
Yeah,
Sounds like a typical day at a tower ride at Knott's Berry Farm or something.
It'd only be like a tower ride at Knott's Berry Farm if she also shit her pants.
So I haven't seen this video. Is this girl like really small? Is she like undersized? Is she too small to be on the ride?
She's
Sure, I
not
think
too
we can
small.
send
She's
it over.
honestly kind of average size. So, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't look like they got her very well, but apparently she's alive and fine. Which, thank goodness. I probably wouldn't be talking about it otherwise. My question is, how the fuck did that happen? There's no way the bitch wasn't doing something she wasn't supposed to do, or someone didn't like push her out. Maybe she made her boyfriend mad. I don't fucking know.
I mean, if it's that easy to fall out, that's pretty ridiculous.
Well, it's basically a ski lift. I mean, really, you could easily fall off a ski lift.
People do all the time. But the thing with
Exactly.
the ski lift is there's nice soft snow underneath you. Well, not always soft,
Have you ever
but
been
there's snow.
skiing? It's not soft.
I guess not.
I can explain to you what my skiing trip would be. The cabin with the fire and hot chocolate, because my ass ain't gonna fucking ski. Now, I might sit on a sled, but no, I do not have the coordination for that shit. I tried to skateboard once when I was like 12, and I broke my fucking wrist.
Oh.
Done right there.
Ouch.
Did your mom have to jerk you off?
He said a broken wrist, not a broken arm, Goliath.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
I've got 2 fucking hands, motherfucker.
Well, if you had broken both your arms, then this joke would have been relevant for sure.
All of a sudden, he was just giving himself a stranger. Isn't that what it's called when you jerk off with the other hand?
Oh, yeah. No, see, what you do is you sit on your other hand for like 10 minutes so all the blood, circulation gets cut off, and then it feels like a totally different person.
I do that when I'm jacking off someone I really don't want to. That way I can pretend I'm not doing it.
Is that why you were looking away last time?
Yes.
Speaking of jacking off and all other fun sexual things, we have a question here on Ride This One. If you could have sex or a sexual experience on any roller coaster, we call it the Coaster Sutra. Slater is in the process of building a book that you can actually purchase. What ride would you have sex on?
Well, see, there's a couple different ways you could go with this. And fortunately, well, with the exception of the Whizzer, I'll start with the Whizzer. If any of you are familiar with the Whizzer up here at Six Flags Great America, Garrett, you guys don't have the Whizzer anymore. Do you still have the Whizzer out at California?
I'm really not into water sports, honestly.
Well, this isn't your story, okay? If he wants to whiz on the Whizzer, you let him do his thing.
You know, you don't even have to turn the Whizzer into a whizzing story. It was more or less you sit straddling the person in front of you, can absolutely give a glorious reach around or whatever else you're going to do. But also, I've also always gotten a kick out of the B&M flying coasters when you're in the station and you assume the position and all of a sudden you're in, you're on your hands and knees up in the air. I've always thought that's quite entertaining. I've also always enjoyed the B&M hyper coasters. When you pull that little clamshell down on top of you, you can kind of kick your legs up on top of them and put your hands behind your back and assume I'm about to get a blowjob position. So with those, you've got a variety of those across the country. So,
man, you really thought this through. I'm impressed.
Yeah, well,
we've got 3 scenarios here, so
go.
that's 3 pages in the Coaster Sutra right here.
3 additions to your book.
So, okay, my question is if you're doing the hands behind the head and legs up on the B&M, but the clamshell is down, how do you just have to be really gifted and kind of like bend it around, or?
I mean, I guess you just have to take care of this in the maintenance shed, I suppose. Just wait until the ride's done and wait till they close that bitch down.
Or you just bring a little bottle of lube and just like before they clamp it down, you put it there. Yeah, and then you got a nice slick ride the whole time.
It's better to do it on the ones at Six Flags because they only require 2 clicks instead of 3 at the Cedar Fair Park. So we understand.
There you go. I'm looking out for the masses. I want everybody to enjoy this.
All right, we've talked about your favorite ride, your favorite type of ride, how you have sex on a ride. Now, what I want to know is what's your least favorite ride, 1, and 2, who, if you could choose anyone, would you choose to be trapped on your least favorite ride for all of eternity?
Least favorite rides. Well, the standard answer, I guess, is obvious. It's a little too obvious. Any of the SLC suspended coasters.
I was going to say he's going to say T3, isn't he?
Everyone says T3.
They're absolutely fucking miserable. But to be honest, the single worst roller coaster I have ever experienced in my life is Green Lantern at Magic Mountain.
Yes!
That ride is the worst. The absolute worst.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like, that should be illegal.
Like, it honestly felt like vertebrae were being broken in my neck when I was on that ride. So,
if you ever want to feel what death feels like, just ride that ride, and you're absolutely sure by the first drop you're gonna die.
Absolutely. I saw Jesus that day. It was that was something. I will never ever put myself through that again. And I was really happy when they opened the Joker up here at Great America, one of those SNS 4D fucking shit things.
Did you get a chance to ride that?
I did, and it's not great, but it's not nearly as bad as that. So that's something. It's got that going for it. But those Intamin free spin things, I'll never again, ever again.
It's no surprise they stopped making them.
Right. I had a experience. Luckily, it was my friend at the time, not myself. But thank God they tore down Hurler down at King's Dominion, and they're gonna redo that thing. But we were mid ride, and his lap bar just randomly flew up, just released, just fucking.
What?
I don't really see the issue with this because it's not like there's any fucking airtime on that thing. So. I mean, that's just literally its turns low to the ground. I mean, it's about as exciting as the Beast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Beast is no airtime for sure. But, I would have to say Hurler.
I got lots of airtime on the second hill.
Yeah?
Oh, Wildebeest. Never mind.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, I will probably steer clear of any Intamin, 4-spin, 4D spin, whatever those fucking things are called. I'll be steering clear of those the rest of my life. So.
I don't think anyone's going to be building those anymore now that SNS has their cheaper and better
and
ride.
so much better.
Yeah.
So, who would you trap on Green Lantern if you had one choice, though? For all of eternity,
Well,
they're stuck.
I guess it depends on how much more shit Slater wants to keep talking about his coasters. Might have to throw him on there.
Oh.
If he wants to keep threatening. If he wants to keep talking about my my bearded drinking ways and how he doesn't want to have sex with me anymore. Apparently, yeah.
I told you I'm willing to have sex with again because you like Skyrush. Okay, maybe work on your fucking memory, asshole. Jesus. Besides, we already know that you're Drew the Intern's bitch. I'll never step up on my friend's territory. That's against the gay code. Drew the Intern, his short little ass is just glad that he's finally not the little spoon in a fucking situation.
Yeah. No, it's funny. In the Loop, I rarely make it onto that show. I'm more of a you know what? I don't really fucking know what I do for In the Loop. To be fair, I contribute every now and then to the YouTube channel, and I used to run their Instagram page. But yeah, no, it's funny. It's kind of one of those things where whenever they need somebody to step up and fill time on the podcast, they'll call me up from the minor leagues and bring me up to the big leagues, as they like to refer to it. But yeah, I don't quite know what I do for In the Loop, other than just claim to have a Twitter account, being In the Loop Kenny.
We all know what you really do. You please their girlfriends when they're not watching.
There we go.
Well, they're all busy recording.
Someone's got to be the man around there.
So, how long have you and In the Loop been butt buddies? May I ask? Like, how long have you guys just been giving it to each other?
It's been a few years. We've been going steady for a couple of years. I don't know. I just started harassing them on Twitter at one point with vulgar, obscene tweets, and then,
sounds familiar, Slater.
And,
I know, you fucking perverts.
I guess it works.
It does. Sexual assault is the most sincere form of flattery.
Which, looking back, I guess it's really no wonder when my buddy and I showed up to meet them for dinner, why they already had assumed in their heads that I was gay.
Well, it was all the dick pics you were sending them from the get-go.
Yeah.
Did you match with Drew on Grindr?
Yeah, that certainly doesn't help. So.
And the tattoos you got on their faces on your back?
Yeah. On my back, my lower back, I've got an In the Loop tramp stamp just above my ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never
That's
be
something I'm sure you're planning on covering up eventually. Speaking of covering up embarrassments, let's jump all the way to Busch Gardens, Tampa, where they have a roller coaster that's been closed for a little bit, the Sand Serpent. It's the one ride that I was not able to ride because it was closed when we were down there. And apparently they've, filed to completely enclose the ride for this next season. So I guess we're going to kind of get like a laugh track situation like we did at Hershey Park, except for it's a shitty ride that already exists.
That's an interesting move because I am only assuming they're putting it in a building so that you can't see that the ride doesn't operate. Busch Gardens Tampa seems to love closing rides and then just leave them hanging around.
Oh, that's absolutely what they do. That's
it's a head scratcher why they would spend all this money to put it in a building just so you can't see that they're not running it. I mean, that seems contradictory to their budget cutting ways.
Maybe they don't know you can just take rides out.
Yeah.
Maybe they think that once they're there, they have to keep them up.
Yeah.
Well, it's Florida, so I'm assuming they're just like, if it doesn't have AC, we don't give a shit.
It seems like a really, really odd move.
It does. It really does. I mean, that Park or, Busch Gardens and SeaWorld has been about theming. They're wanting to do more theming experiences like, Wave Breaker and stuff, more queue theming and stuff. Really, that Wild Mouse was just sitting out there doing nothing. So maybe we're going to get some theming to it.
Well, maybe what they should want a little more is to make money because they're not doing so well.
They're just going to use this as another marketing tactic. Hey, come ride Sand Serpent again.
Also,
It's open.
Did anyone see that SeaWorld Orlando is still doing on-ride photos for Kraken VR?
Oh boy.
Really?
Yes. Go look it up. And there's someone, yeah, and it's just all these people with these VR goggles on Kraken. I'm like, but at the same time, it's kind of brilliant because if I was out there riding, I would so buy one of those. Like, that's me right there.
Yeah, that looks pretty goofy.
Poor SeaWorld. They just can't catch a break. I mean, it's almost like laughing at the mentally handicapped kids in class. I feel bad laughing at them because they just can't help it. Like, they just can't do shit right.
Figure out that it's time to drop the SeaWorld name and just let it go. Just rebrand completely because the SeaWorld brand is dead. It's dead and it's not coming back.
It pains me to say because I love SeaWorld. I mean, I like all the parks in the SeaWorld chain. I really do, but man, they just can't seem to get it together.
Well, and here's my thing. It's just the name. Literally, they could keep doing what they're doing right now. Just remove the SeaWorld name.
Yeah.
The GP is fucking stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they can just release and switch names and expect everything to go away. I think
Busch Gardens Orlando.
Or Busch Gardens Sea. That'll work. The GP is fucking dumb as fuck. Don't think that they're not. They really are. We had a fucking bitch falling out of a sky ride earlier today. Okay? Just change the goddamn name. It's not hard.
Talk about GP being dumb. I mean, take a page from Six Flags book. Six Flags is doing the same thing. They just announced 5 new things. 5 world firsts.
World firsts?
Yes. I haven't. Okay, I've had people asking me about this online, saying what I thought, and I keep being like, I don't know. I haven't had a chance. I haven't caught up on my news. It's been a crazy week. So fill me in on this, Goliath. What did Six Flags say?
Ace's CoasterCon XL. Extra large CoasterCon. Which would never really work because extra large riders can't ride coasters, as we know.
Oh, that's
but
fair.
whatever.
No, they like to ride extra large things.
Oh, is that okay? Well, whatever. During the Ace event, maybe that's XL being the Roman numerals. Whatever. John Duffy made a presentation, and in the presentation, it has a slide that says 2018.
Wait a second. Was it like a half hour of him saying he's not Lex Luthor again?
No, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we didn't get the video of him saying he's not Lex Luthor and he's not Jim Reed Anderson. But he said in the presentation in 2018, they are going to be putting in 5 record-breaking rides or North American firsts.
Here's what I think it is. It's 5 clones. They're building 5 of the exact same thing, and they're going to claim that record as first on every single one of them. Because that totally is what Six Flags would fucking do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they did with those S&S spinners, isn't it?
Almost. World's first. 5 times in a row.
North America's firsts, I mean, rumors are that they could be getting like the Mac dueling cock rings.
That would be something I could see Six Flags buying 8 of and just putting everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know what these are going to be, but it just seems like a pissing contest with Cedar Fair, because didn't Cedar Fair come out and say that they're adding 4 roller coasters next year?
4 record-breaking world's first. Basically the same statement that they're saying here.
So all this PR bullshit that these places go through, I gave up on giving a shit about it a long time ago. We'll see. I'm not sure. They're just probably going to add 5 feet onto a skyscraper somewhere and claim it to be the tallest. And
Yeah, talk to us when you're under construction.
No,
And then we'll...
they're gonna run the skyscraper backwards. World's first skyscraper to go backwards. Woo! Oh God. Okay, you know what? That's gonna happen, and it's gonna go to like one of their shittiest parks. Like that's totally gonna happen.
Because somebody might fall out of it.
You're right. But I'm gonna jump back. I have another question for you, Mr. Little Spoon.
Okay.
Now your home park is Great America.
Yes.
So imagine, if you will, that you were going to take me, Goliath, and Garrett out after the park on a hot, passionate date. Keep in mind, getting this, tight, sexy swamp ass is on the line. Where would you take us outside of the park for dinner to seal that deal, or for drinks? Like, where in the area is the place to go when you're done with the park?
Jesus Christ.
And I swear, if you say Buffalo Wild Wings, I'm gonna smack you.
Nothing's better than Chewy's.
Much like your claim of my 2001 iRing, I don't know where you're stalking me at, but Buffalo Wild Wings is absolutely my after theme park go-to.
Oh my fucking God! Why did I know that would be true?
Yeah, where are you stalking me? I'm either the most basic white straight guy that you know.
You're a basic bitch, okay?
I am. I mean, I'm not going to deny that.
Bitch. My gosh, let me guess. Your favorite whiskey is Maker's Mark.
No, I'm not a huge whiskey guy.
Oh my God!
What's your drink of choice?
I'm a straight up beer guy. I mean, I do
beer.
I do love vodka, so anything I can mix vodka in with is I'm game for. But
are you sure you're not gay?
This bitch drinks.
Man, I am sorry to disappoint you on that front. First of all, in my defense, there ain't shit to eat really around Great America outside of like McDonald's or Chipotle and I've heard you say before. And this is one of the lessons I learned from the gay community listening to the show. Apparently, if I am ever to take a gay dude out on a date, don't feed him Mexican. Apparently,
absolutely not. Not unless you guys fuck before you go to dinner.
Some sort of fiery asshole scenario I don't want to deal with.
It works the same for Indian food. Just curry, just stay away from it.
Okay. Well then, yeah. Well, I guess that's the better way to flip this around. Is you guys are teaching me the places when I apparently inevitably go gay and need to start going out on gay dates after the park, where to not go. I know to avoid Chipotle. I know to avoid the Indian place down the street. Yeah. How's
you
pizza
would make an excellent and very considerate gay man. I love it.
Does pizza work? You guys cool with pizza?
Love pizza.
Okay.
Okay.
But you're straight, Goliath. You're straight. I'm talking to you gay guys here. I'm trying to.
I love a good slice before getting pounded in the ass.
Okay, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. See ya. Have fun.
Oh wait, that's right. Goliath, you had to leave because he has to go to a fucking baseball game to choke on some 12-inch dick. Oh, I'm sorry. Hot dogs, whatever the fuck it is you're doing.
Goliath,
go fondle some balls somewhere.
As happy as I am to meet you, I just want to tell you to go fuck yourself, leaving me here on the show with these two gay guys. You're
No. You can call us faggots. It's the one time in your life you get to say faggot.
Okay.
So you might as well take advantage of it.
You're leaving me here with these two fags. You're a pro at this. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You're just gonna cut and run and leave me in some sort of weird.
You'll figure it out. You'll have to learn the ropes. It's one of those things. I had to learn the ropes when I first got in here. It's not hard. It's just if we're ever going to pull you up from the little league to the big leagues, for Ride This One, you got to learn how to do this.
Scared. I'm gonna have holes on my body that hurt that I didn't even know could hurt. My butthole's gonna be sore. God damn it.
Sorry.
Fuck you, Goliath.
Not really.
So you see what we do with your ears.
Yeah.
All right, Goliath, fine. Get the fuck out of here. And, you can have fun. And I promise Kitty will still be alive when we're done. That's
Thank
all
you.
I promise.
Keep him alive. We need a B team. So keep him alive. Don't run him off too much.
B-team. Oh, poor little Spoon. He's B team.
Like I said, that's the norm for me over at In the Loop. I'm cool with that.
As long as your wife's not like, you're my B team.
That would be bad. Very bad.
You're a real B plus, honey.
All right, Goliath.
All right.
All right,
buddy.
Thanks for coming.
See you,
in.
Goliath.
Yeah. What else you guys got? What are we going to do here? I was worried about coming on the show to begin with, and now Goliath bails on me, so we'll see where this is going to go.
Oh, honey, it's going to go so many places now that we have you to ourselves.
Nice.
So have either of you heard about this launch flying coaster that's apparently going to Fantasyland?
A little bit.
No, not before you brought this up. So, where did you see this at?
It's been online recently. They released a video.
Okay.
It looks really cool. I mean, it doesn't really say much. It's called FLY, which stands for Flying Launched Something. I guess, I don't know. It's another fucking language. So I don't know. The park's really cool, but it's Vekoma, and I think a lot of people are freaking out because, oh shit, I launched Vekoma and flying, fuck. But I think Vekoma's really stepped up their game recently, so especially with things like Let Coaster, I think this might be, really awesome.
Yeah, Vekoma's really stepping it up
I
lately.
continuously am hearing people talk about them and how they have stepped their game up, so I'm curious to see where this goes. It's always better to have more manufacturers out there, more competition. It's good to see another big-time player coming back into the game, so I love flying coasters. I don't know where you guys stand on the old Vekoma flying coasters. They're pretty terrible, but there's some
The Dutchmans.
There's some interesting things about them. I don't hate this idea. I'm excited about it.
And luckily, as far as I understand, this is not a Dutchman. This is supposed to be a second generation flying coaster.
Right.
Well, they were like the first, right? It was kind of like the Intamin Zaxspin idea with the new SNS version being way better. It's just they made the first flying coaster. It kind of sucked, but then all of a sudden B&M came along and took it and blew it out of the water.
I've always been a big fan of the rubber vest style restraints that Vekoma uses. I really enjoy those.
Well, who doesn't like a nice rubber vest?
Anything that's a
any
thick,
sort of
dark
anything
rubber.
that resembles any sort of bondage. I know nothing. I'm too basic white bitch for that. I don't know.
Basic white bitches.
But I'm interested to see how this plays out. I like a good Coaster Radio listener, unlike you, Goliath.
What?
I was getting a
Wait, excuse me? What the fuck did you just call me? What?
Mr. I don't listen anymore.
No, wait.
I was listening
No,
to the
no.
the
You fucking called me Goliath. It's Slater, motherfucker.
Slay. Wow. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Jesus. Fucking Goliath. What the fuck? Motherfucker.
You can call him faggot any day of the week, but you call him Goliath.
Damn fucking straight.
Wow.
Don't you dare. I don't have those deep
Sorry.
dulcet tones. I have those high faggy
Sorry.
tones.
He was talking about your dick.
Oh, well, my dick. Okay.
I'll fix this, my little cunt muffin.
Cunt muffin?
All right, listen up, my little cunt muffin. I was listening to the latest Coaster Radio, like I'm sure the most awesome, best listener of theirs ever, Slater. I got a kick out of EB talking about, because I haven't seen any of the promotional shit for this new ride, but I did find it interesting that apparently they're theming some of this towards like World War II,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
fighter jet pilots.
That they are.
Like, what the fuck are you doing, Germany? I mean, come on. What are you
It
doing?
is kind of
Like,
strange.
Yeah. It's a really good idea.
I sometimes the marketing, some of these parks, it's not the greatest.
Right.
So,
Right. Yeah, that's a little That's a little low on the.
Yeah.
I don't think that's maybe very wise. See, they don't have a board of Jews like we do.
But no, Vekoma coming back in the game, mixed with Mach and some of their crazy fucking coasters they've had.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see some big-time players stepping up that aren't the usual suspects like B&M and Intamin and RMC. So it's cool to see some of these other lower-tier manufacturers becoming maybe the top tier. So
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, it's cool. And I just feel like I need to clarify. I said earlier that, yes, I don't listen to Coaster anymore. That's a fucking lie. I never don't listen to Coaster fucking radio. I mean, God. I mean...
Every night he just puts it on when he goes to sleep so he can dream of EB's dick.
Well, fuck yeah, dude. I mean, have you seen him? Total dilf. Dad, I'd love to fuck. Oh my fucking God.
Oh my God, yeah.
Right? Oh my God.
Well, have you seen you? Oh man, you've met him a few times now, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's way cuter in person than
Oh my God.
than you would have thought. When I was listening to the show, I was like, this nerdy motherfucker over here. But then I met him, and I was like, oh shit.
Hello, Daddy.
Hi, yeah, daddy.
It's so true. Oh my God.
Jesus.
And I haven't even started talking about the things I would do to Mike.
The difference in mindset between you guys meeting them and yeah, wow.
We just have
And
more
them
fun.
meeting us, they're like, is that restraining order in place yet? So, Kenny, you said that Great America is your home park, but
Yes.
if you could choose anything to go in at Great America, what would you choose?
Well, I have to say, we, as a park, we've actually been quite fortunate over the years, and definitely as of late. Like they've not neglected Six Flags Great America at all in the last 6 or 7 years. We've got a pretty decent variety of shit. Although the wooden coaster situation at our park, I'm not the biggest fan of Rocky Mountain coasters.
Oh, fuck.
That's blasphemy to some people, but
Those are fucking dangerous words.
yeah.
It's true.
I mean, I don't dislike them. It's just I'd
Yeah.
much rather a GCI.
You're a wood
or,
guy.
or even a Gravity Group. You know, more of a traditional type of woody as opposed to these. These wooden coasters. You can debate whether they're wooden or steel or not, or what type of hybrid it is. Whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, Leewell were lucky. I mean, at least the RMC you got was built from the ground up. I mean, they could have just easily RMC'd one of your existing wood coasters.
This is true. Are you talking about American Eagle?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of rumors saying that they were going to do that there, too, for a while.
Right. Yeah, I heard all sorts of different rumors about that. But you know, that's a really good ride, and I'm really glad they left that alone. To be fair, like I was saying earlier in the show, I kind of don't like that all these old classic Woodies are getting removed and just forgotten about. So I'm glad that we retained that. The Viper, I could take that or leave it. It'd be pretty cool to see that. Maybe, you know, maybe you could bring GCI and do something with that, but it's a very small area. You couldn't even knock that down and do much with it.
Yeah.
For me personally, I would love to get a new launched, maybe like a Mach somewhere in the park.
Wouldn't.
So you're saying, so you're jealous of Slater over here then, with the Silver Dollar City setup?
Yeah, from what we're hearing about what's going on with Silver Dollar, yeah.
I'd be jealous, too.
We've only got... all we have in the launch department is Vertical Velocity. It's one of those Intamin Impulse coasters, and that's I don't care for that ride. So I'd love to see a solid launch coaster come in, or maybe remove the Demon, which is just one of your standard corkscrew coasters, and maybe throw a Eurofighter into that little area. That's a nice compact
that would be
little
nice.
footprint.
It sounds a bit to me like you just want one of everything.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's why I preface this by saying, like, there's no way of really saying it without sounding like a snobby little bitch. Like, we've been spoiled over the last few years, so I can't honestly complain much. They gave us a nice dark ride with the Justice League last year, and I don't know.
By the way, what's your score on that right now? Your top score.
Actually, just yesterday I got my highest top score ever. It was 173,000. I'm not the best at those shooter rides, but that was my top score was yesterday.
Jesus, yeah, I suck at those fucking like shooter rides too. But I'm a little disappointed because you promised me that you were going to read me really good on this episode because I have yet to make it out to your home park up in Chicago, and it's only 5 hours away from me.
Yeah, why haven't you been up here to Chicago yet? What's that all about?
Honestly, I have this bad habit that I think something is close to me, so I'm like, oh, I can go do that anytime. And yet I'll manage to go to parks all the way across the country.
Right.
I don't know. It doesn't make any fucking sense, but I've always done that. And I am going to make it up there. I fucking swear. But speaking of parks we want to / need to go to, what is your dream park? Like, what is the one place that you want to go more than fucking anywhere else in the world?
Well, you've already given people shit about saying Europa Park, so I'm not going to go down that front.
No. See, no. It's okay to say Europa Park because
is.
we all want to fucking go to Europa Park, and that's fine. It's totally fine.
Yeah. Well, Alton Towers is a big one. I would love to go to Alton Towers. They've got some incredible shit there, with or without Smiler, tearing legs off of people. That's a ride that looks wildly fun to me.
Absolutely.
Honestly, one of the big parks for me, and this might be ridiculous, but I really want to go to Universal Studios in Japan.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I never got a chance to check out the original Jaws attraction down in Orlando while it was there.
Yes.
And they still have it there. So
Yeah.
I kind of want to go check that out. Like that's a big bucket list
Heck
thing
yeah.
for me.
Yeah,
And
me
with
too.
the Nintendo shit coming out there in a couple of years, that might be the time I might shoot to try and make it out to Japan. So,
How about that new flying coaster they got there?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
Actually, our friend Ariel just rode that today.
right. That's
The triple twist at the end.
Is that in their Jurassic Park theme section?
Yeah.
Or what? I don't remember.
Yeah. It's like what is it? It's called the flying dinosaur or something
Dino
like that.
or some shit.
Yeah.
Whatever crazy Japanese translation there is.
Yeah, I absolutely adore anything Jurassic Park. Like, when I went to Islands of Adventure, like, when I was in the Jurassic Park section, I was freaking the fuck out. Like, the Jurassic Park ride, I loved it so much. So, yeah, I would love to go ride the ride out there.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park's my all-time favorite movie, and
Are you fucking
actually
serious? Great, now I'll fuck you again. It's like back and forth. I'll fuck you. I won't fuck you. Make up your fucking mind. Jesus.
I just got a chance to go downtown Chicago. There's a museum down there that has that new Jurassic World exhibit that's traveling around the country. I just went last weekend and checked that out. So yeah, I love Jurassic Park stuff.
Yeah, I'm only interested if they got Chris Pratt on display.
What do they have there? Do they have stuff from like the original movie or?
Yeah, they got a couple of. There's an actual couple of props from the original movie. They got some really, really great animatronics. Animatronics that actually make Universal look kind of sad.
Oh, damn.
Silly.
Really?
Yeah, to be fair. They
Especially Universal Studios Japan. It seems like they got the shittiest animatronics out of all of them.
But for a traveling exhibit, it's really impressive. They've got some really good stuff there, and Universal maybe needs to look at talking to them when that exhibit is done touring about perhaps purchasing those animatronics because they're incredible. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that because I don't think that's an answer you'll get out of most people. I'd probably, Universal Japan is where I would probably go if I could right now.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if there's so many parks in Japan, too. I mean, if you were going to go to Universal Japan, you could also hit up, Fuji-Q and Spa-Land and all those. That would be a hell of a trip.
There's a lot of crazy options out there, especially if I want to look like that poor girl at the park in New York. Plenty of opportunities to fall off of crazy knockoff dangerous rides out there in Japan.
How much of a thrill do you want? Do you want to just go on the teacups, or do you want to feel like you're about to fucking die?
Yeah, right.
Speaking of things that are dead or dying, we've all heard about the Paramount park that they're building in London. It looks fan-fucking-tastic. Big news, though, this week, in that the company that is building the park has literally completely severed ties with Paramount. They're like, adios, we don't want you, we're done with you, goodbye, Paramount. So, the park is still getting built, but no Paramount. Which isn't too surprising. I mean, Paramount doesn't have a great history when it comes to parks in general.
Does this mean all Paramount movie props and IPs are gone?
Yep, everything gone.
Just done.
Just done. It's dead. I'm not sure why. I'll be honest, I didn't do tons of research, but yeah, no, they did say that they're going to be either creating their own IPs or sourcing IPs from other companies, other movie studios or whatnot. So who knows? I mean, we could end up with pretty much fucking anything.
They're like, we're done with this monogamous bullshit. We want to be single for a little bit and kind of date around, see what other IPs are out there. We're not settling down with anyone.
To be honest, and call me a bad theme park fan if you want, but I didn't know Paramount was still involved in the theme park shit. Like,
oh yeah, they've tried to do a few things, a few failed things. Like, they tried one in Dubai recently.
Well, who the fuck hasn't tried a park in Dubai at this point?
It's true.
That's the hot thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, they tried several, like Singapore and others, and literally none of them have ended up working out. I mean, it's just because they suck with parks. I honestly would not trust Paramount to lick my butthole because I'd be worried to be closed for business.
Okay, so they got rid of all their Great Americas, right?
Yeah, they did.
And then Canada's Wonderland was Paramount.
Carowinds was.
King's Dominion.
Yep.
King's Island.
Yeah.
It's all just it's all the parks that are Cedar Fair now.
Oh yeah. Cedar Fair bought
of
up
it.
pretty much everything when they decided to
True.
sell.
I'm starting to think Paramount has herpes.
Yeah, to say the least.
They were also Raging Waters, which for
Yeah.
my California listeners out there.
Raging herpes. Raging herpes.
Herpes. And just like diamonds, herpes is forever. So, my next question would be,
Wow.
How did you get into this hobby? What made you like us?
You, sir, are a professional with transitions there. That was nicely done. Nice segue. How did I
he's
get into
amazing.
the theme park world? Like a lot of people, I used to waste a lot of my time playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. I mean, a lot of it.
Hell yeah.
I mean, as a kid, I did visit Disney when I was like 5 or 6, and so that was a cool experience, and I had some memories from that. And I just kind of visited Great America, but funny enough, it actually wasn't until probably about 6 years ago. It took traveling to St. Louis.
Ew.
We were looking for a weekend getaway, and really at that point I had only been to Great America and just Disney World on vacation when I was younger. I had not done any other theme parks really, not for a matter of disliking them or anything, but it just kind of wasn't really on my radar. I've always been into a lot of other things. I've got a lot of other hobbies, but the wife and I went to St. Louis and we visited Six Flags because we had the season pass, and it was like the floodgates opened and there was this entire world of, oh, there's other theme parks with other roller coasters I'm not familiar with, and I just got the bug, and I have not stopped traveling constantly since then.
Come. We know what the real draw is you go to an Ace event, and for the first time in your life, you feel truly cool.
Absolutely. Well, I've only been to a handful of media events for In the Loop. I just through those, I've realized I need to probably steer clear of the enthusiast events because we don't want to go down that rabbit hole too far. Look, I love my theme parks, I love my roller coasters, but I like to take this is why I love Coaster Radio. I am not one of the hardcore crazy fucking enthusiasts. I love everything about this industry. It's fun to me, it's entertaining, it's interesting, but no, I cannot get obsessive, and it's for the same reason I used to used to keep my coaster count and everything, and even that started to feel too hardcore for me, and I stopped when I hit somewhere around like I think it was about 2 years ago. I hit 200, and that was
Wow.
I was like, no, I can't keep doing this. I just can't.
I hate that people put so much importance on that. It's just not important.
Right.
Right, honey. It's just a number.
Yeah, well-
just like dick size.
No, because I'm not an egomaniac like you, Slater.
Me?
He's like, oh, I'm at like 160. The next day, he's like, I'm at like 180. It's
Come now.
next week. It's going to be 250. Just you watch.
Oh, we know it's bigger than that. Don't lie.
It's not.
So yeah, it's not a wildly entertaining story, but it is weird that I've managed to cover as much theme park ground as I have in such a relatively short time. I mean, all things considered, it's really only been about 5 or 6 years of my 30 years of existence that I've gone and traveled around to theme parks, but I've hit a lot of them at this point. I mean, I've covered the country. I've not started going outside of the country yet, but give it time. But yeah, it's been a very, very brief time period, and I've covered a lot of ground, and I'm really fortunate to be able to say that. So.
Well, it's all over now. You made the mistake of having a fucking kid.
Yeah, that's really gonna slow things down for sure, for a while.
See,
anyway.
you just start getting them into Universal Japan now, and then you can say that the next family vacation, that's where we're going.
Right. You know what? Kids are pointless. They're no fun until they hit at least 54 fucking inches.
Yeah, yesterday, interesting enough, yesterday, as of the day we're recording right now, was the first day that I took the little guy out to a theme park. I'm not going to bore everybody with the details of that, but it was definitely a different way of looking at going to a theme park, and it's something that's going to have to change up the way I look at doing it for some time. It's funny, coming on this show, I really thought, up until Adam was on a couple weeks ago, I thought to myself, Jesus Christ, I am very possibly the most boring adult person that's ever going to grace this show. I'm married with a kid, for Christ's sake, and then Adam comes on here with a fucking family theme park podcast and just puts everything I was going to... I was going to try and make that my claim. I was going to be the adult responsible one of all the fucking irresponsible kids running around here, and he fucking comes on and just dadded me right out of the fucking house.
So true.
Jesus Christ, Adam. Making me look bad. I had to rework my whole game coming in.
Well, I just gotta say, if there was a choice between you or Adam, I'd rather call you Daddy.
Oh.
Just gonna say it.
Well, why not both? Why not both? I'm not about having to make choices. But you know what? You said that you're into a lot of stuff other than coasters. So what else are you into?
Well, I am hugely into music. I love music. I go to concerts constantly.
Oh, God.
I
Slater's favorite.
Basic white bitch. Oh, my God. Oh, I like music. If I'm talking hobbies, you better play something.
No.
You better play something.
What do you got against music?
No, I get that. And no, I used to play in bands. I play guitar. I play bass. I used to play in bands all the time. But because I've got a lot of other things I'm into, I had to stop. That's a big commitment to make if you want to play in a band. It's a massive commitment.
The commitment to alcohol and drugs alone.
You have to commit to drugs, which I don't. I'm clean on that front. I am a drinker.
That's good.
So that can kind of work. But
well, that's a drug.
But no, like you commented on my tattoos earlier. I have a massive music themed tattoo, and it incorporates like things like my first guitar and shit like that. And I've actually got. I thought I was being clever. I worked my kid into part of my music tattoo. It's a whole thing. But so concerts fill up a lot of my time. But also, I mentioned earlier, I love NASCAR. I used to race stock cars. Actually, that was also a deciding factor in not playing music anymore, as I had to basically decide whether I wanted to make a large commitment to racing stock cars or playing in a band. So I've got that going on. If you listen to Grim Grinning Hosts, you will know I'm massively into Halloween. I love anything horror related. I fill a lot of my time watching horror movies, horror shows, obsessing over Halloween Horror Nights. and everything that's going on with that. When September and October come around, I travel to as many haunts as I can. So those are a few of my interests.
Okay. We've asked you a lot of questions on the show, but before we let you go, we do generally like to give our guests an opportunity to ask us a question. So you can ask me and Garrett a question. Shit, you can even ask Goliath a question. I speak for him, so it doesn't really matter. I'll let you know what his answer is.
He actually just gets a script each week. He doesn't talk at all.
I'm going to start with Garrett. I'm going to come out of the gate starting with Garrett. Why, Garrett?
All right, what you got?
Why did Park Fanatic fail, and why was it your fault?
Oh, he's going straight for the juicy stories. Okay.
Hey, I was a listener of that show. I no shit. I enjoyed you guys, and all of a sudden you were just gone. And then there was this weird thing with the extended queue. You guys were gonna like merge or something, and now I haven't heard of anything from either of you. So what the fuck happened?
Ha! No comment.
That almost sounds like an answer you were told to say. Like, maybe I said we shouldn't talk about that on the show.
Nice. Well, Garrett, real question then. Since you apparently have a problem getting high and forgetting to leave your state to ride other roller coasters, if you could stay sober enough long enough to travel, where would be your number one park you would like to visit?
Well, I wouldn't be sober. I'm sorry. But I hear they have great weed out in Japan. I really want to go to Japan.
Are you just trying to join me on my fucking Japan trip? Is that all that's going on here?
I think so. We would have a real good time out there.
Well, wait a second. You ain't go to Japan without me, motherfuckers.
Fine, you can come too. Just, bring some weed with you. And
I'll bring this in a plane. I'm going to get it in Japan.
Oh, right. Of course. So, yeah, I would love to go out to Japan with you fuckers, get high as shit, and go to Nagashiba Spa Land if I could pick anywhere.
Nice. Very nice.
Or Fuji-Q. One day I would love to go to Tokyo. I would love to go to Japan in general.
Ugh, me too. And of course, Ariel is still out there doing a crazy fun trip. And of course, today she did Universal Japan, and she got to ride that little coaster that we were all drooling
so jealous.
over. Yeah, me fucking too. You know what? She didn't know about Tokyo Disney Sea.
Why?
Before she went there. I had to tell her about it.
And now it's her favorite place in the entire world.
Oh, yeah, you better fucking believe it is. She fucking loved it.
Good thing she's got a friend like you.
Well, fucking right.
So, Slater, what else are you into in your spare time outside of the theme park world and gay things?
I don't know if gay things
well, they're always
are
gay.
A hobby, but
oh, really?
It's a way of life. But no, I'm also a musician. I play piano. I write songs. I mean, that's kind of my thing. I really do enjoy doing that.
How long have you been playing piano for?
I've been playing piano for a while, since college. I actually had this professor, Tom Stamfley, who I walked into his class because I decided to take piano as an elective, and he looked at my fingers and said, "You have short, fat, stubby fingers. You will never succeed." And so I'm a stubborn fucking bitch, and I literally went and I practiced 8 to 12 hours a day. I literally played till my fingers bled, and I've learned to play pretty well. I'm not good at the technical aspect, but I can fucking play by ear.
Oh, wow.
That's basically what I do. Oh, and I'm a fat fuck. I cook a lot, too. Wait a second. Are you fucking wearing Beats by Dre?
You just noticed that now?
Yeah, I just noticed that fucking now. Why? Those are such fucking shitty headphones, and they're way fucking overpriced. Why the fuck would you buy those?
I bought these. I do have a second pair of them floating around that are wireless that were given to me as a present.
White bitch. Basic white bitch.
Look, man, everything you can just assume about me is probably true. Apparently, I'm just as generic as can be. So.
Oh, God. Okay, Lil Spoon. So what is your final thought?
I guess my final thought is I'm sitting here with with two gay guys. With Goliath has bailed on me at this point, and now I'm starting to wonder: is butt stuff really worth trying?
No, absolutely.
Is this something I need to? No, I'm not going down there.
Oh, everyone should go down there. I mean, it hurts at first, but you work your way up to it. And listen, if I don't care straight or gay. I mean, every straight guy should just let your girlfriend just put it up your hole just a little bit. Let her toss your salad. You'll be really, really happy. Trust me. You'll like it.
I would think after coming on this show, butt stuff would be your absolute new favorite fetish, because that's what happened to me. It's just exponentially from there on out, it just started getting bigger and wider. And did you guys ever hear that song by Mindless Self-Indulgent? It's called Faggot.
Yeah.
The main line in that song is, I've been denied the best ultra sex because he's straight. And that is so true. Butt sex is the fucking best orgasm you're ever going to have in your entire life.
It's the truth, and there are signs to back it up. Look it up.
So is this where our final thoughts have gone?
Yeah. No, I was going to say, I've gotten everything out of the show I was hoping for. I love going on and guest hosting on new podcasts because it always expands your
butthole.
Your borders or your butthole a bit. And I felt like even though it's theme park related, it's the same basic style show that I'm used to being on. But I knew you guys were going to put me in uncomfortable positions that I never would have found myself in otherwise. So. I'm very glad to have come on as a guest and to have made some new friends here today, and yeah.
Oh, we're friends now.
Oh, we're blushing.
Well, most importantly, though, you're not going to leave here without homework, so we're going to need updates on how your anal progress is going, because we really do want you to work on that. You're missing a lot of joy in your life.
I'll give updates.
I want to hear how many knuckles you were able to fit by next episode.
Exactly.
So start practicing.
Yes.
If it ain't 3, it ain't worth talking to you again.
Give updates on my butthole. I'll give updates on why Grim Grinning Host failed. Unlike Garrett, I will expand on why Grim Grinning Host failed. Why In the Loop has kicked me out for basically being counterfeit and not doing anything for the show and just claiming to be a part of the show.
Whatever, you're more a part of the show than Clint Novak is.
Right. This is true. This is very true. So.
Is Clint even on that show anymore?
Who knows?
When was the last time he showed up?
I don't even know. He's in our group chat, and he pops in about as much as he does on the show, so I don't know what Clint's up to.
Yeah, well, you know what? Most importantly is you need to get me on Grim Grinning Host, because I think I can make this show more entertaining.
Well, we'll bring you on Grim Grinning Host. We'll make that happen.
Hell yeah. It's going to be a damn good show.
Yeah.
The best fucking show they've ever had. But unfortunately, it's that time that we tell you goodbye. So thank you so much for coming on the show. I mean, you were truly awesome.
Yes. Thank you so much. This was a great episode. And I hope you feel like you've gotten a little experimentation under your belt now. Yes, maybe you can branch off into new ventures.
Absolutely.
Like butt stuff.
Butt stuff. The best stuff. Butt stuff.
Thank you, guys.
Peace out, you basic white bitch.
Okay, wait, before you go, we gotta know, where can the people follow you if they want more In the Loop Kenny, or Grim Grinning Ghost Kenny, I should say?
Well, I don't know why anybody would want to, but if you do, for whatever reason, if you want to send me tips on butt stuff or any parks I need to go check out or anything, just anything you want to shoot the shit about.
You'd like to just caress his soft, supple beard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Check out pictures of my beard. I'm most active on Twitter. @In the Loop Kenny is where you can find me. Check out the other guys. In the Loop doesn't have a dedicated Twitter handle, but you can find those guys individually. Legend and Drew are on there. @Grim Grinning Hosts. If you ever want to check that out, it's always a good time. Find them on Twitter @Grim Grinning Host Podcast. So,
do they have a website too? Grim Grinning Hosts?
No website. Just the Twitter. Just the Twitter @GGH Podcast is where you can find them at. But yeah, we're pretty stripped down and basic over there. Just record interact on Twitter.
Yeah, and
So.
seriously, guys, do listen to that show. I do listen. It's a great show. They are really funny. They're a little bit more straight, but not that much more straight than we are. But listen, it's been fun having you, but it's time for basic white bitches to go to bed. So, thanks for coming on. We'll
Thank
talk
you.
to you later.
Thanks for having me on, guys. It was a good time.
Bye-bye.
Hey guys, I'm back from baseball game.
Holy shit! I didn't think you'd get back that quick.
That was a fast baseball game.
Yeah, they sucked. We ended up leaving early because the Braves absolutely got their ass handed to them.
Well, damn. As a gay man, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I just was going to say, what? It's their asses and there's hands, and I'm intrigued now.
Yeah, well, go to a baseball game, eat a bunch of really bad food, and you'll have a great time. Just don't pay attention to the shit that's going on the field.
But you know what? I'm glad you're back, Goliath, because this is really important. Kenny just left, and I have to take this opportunity.
Fuck, I missed him.
You missed him. He was not too happy you abandoned him with us couple faggots here. But, you know what? It's fine. Now that he's gone, I can really let loose. Oh my fucking god, I want to choke on that tattooed cock so fucking bad.
Holy shit.
Oh, put it in me anywhere,
God
Kenny. Oh
damn
my
it.
fucking
Yes.
god.
So fucking hot.
And you
Holy
guys
shit.
wonder why I fucking left, you freaks.
You should have heard what we were talking about while you weren't here, man.
Shit.
And that's why I'm never going to listen to this episode.
There's a reason this is a mature podcast.
Well, let me tell you, that second half after you left was so good, I did it twice.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Double entendres.
But my question for you guys was, did you guys, what did you guys end up having your final thoughts, or have we not done final thoughts yet?
Well, we actually didn't get around to doing our final thoughts yet, so you're actually just in time. But before we do final thoughts, we need to tell people how they, talk to us sexy motherfuckers. Kenny's not the only sexy fucker out there, Goliath.
He's not the only little spoon.
Absolutely not.
We all need love.
But you know what? Let's start with our big spoon. Goliath, how can they talk to you on the good old internet?
Well, they can, on the Twitter box, you can find me at RTO Goliath.
On the Twitter box.
Love it.
On the flashy
What
screen.
about you, Slater?
Well, you know what? On the Twitter box, they can find me at RTO Slater. That's the best way to, get your twat Twitter there on the Twitter. And Gare Bear, how do they reach you?
I'm RTO Gare Bear on the Twitter box.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, and doesn't our show also have a Twitter box?
Come give us a likes up and a thumbs, and on our regular Twitter box, that's at Ride This One on Twitter.
Oh, that's too complicated. I only know how to use the Facebook. Goliath, do we still have the Facebook?
I think we do. I think we have the Facebook. And you can look us up on the Facebook.com/Ride This One.
Okay, I'm done with this. But
What? You don't like my accent?
Are we just doing random accents now?
I think it's just random fucked up shit.
Well, blimey.
Like everything of Ride This One.
Absolutely.
For those that the Facebook is too big, we also have a phone number. Isn't that right, guys?
That's right.
Absolutely. You can reach us at 26 Ride This.
That's right. That's at 267-433-8447. And if you just didn't catch that shit is in the episode description. So give us a call, shoot us a text, send your dick pics right now.
Seriously, especially Kenny, please. As
Yes.
many as you're willing to do. Dick pics, ass pics, shirtless pics, pics of just your left butt cheek. I don't fucking care. Send it to us.
Ugh, please.
Shit.
Oh, man. Give us something to hold us over until our next episode.
Oh, speaking of that, guys, before we do our final thoughts, we got a voicemail.
No, we got a voicemail? Really?
We did. We got a voicemail. In fact,
Somebody actually used our voicemail box?
Yeah, guys.
And hold on to your fucking asses because you're about to have your minds blown.
Which is a ride that Kenny's not going to be riding next weekend.
What's up, motherfuckers? It's me, Evil Mike Collins. You know, week after week, I've been listening to this shit, absolute shit that you guys call a podcast. I mean, take for what I've been listening to this week. I mean, you two drooling all over Kenny's tattooed cock. You think that's fucking entertainment? I shot off fireworks on my podcast this week. You guys talking to a tattooed cock. All right, look, here's the deal. Fuck that shit. And fuck you guys, too. You wouldn't know what sexy was if it fucked you right up your assholes. It's pathetic. You want to know what really is sexy? Sit down, bitches. I'm going to enlighten you. It's power, fame, fortune. In other words, me, you pathetic motherfuckers. Let me say it again in case you didn't hear me the first time. Pull the fucking wax out of your ears and take a listen. It's fame. It's power. It's motherfucking fortune. Something neither of you know anything about. Hell, I don't blame Goliath for bailing on this week's episode. Goliath. Only thing Goliath about him is his fucking ego. And by the way, what's with this Kenny douchebag that you have on the show this week? And what kind of nickname is Little Spoon? Is that what your wife calls your dick, man? I mean, man up, get a better nickname than that. At least a spoon is good for something. It's like the shit that these two have been shoveling on their podcast this week. Look, actually, let me say this in real life. Mike Collins is a gentleman. And I want to say, I met Little Spoon. I met him at Cedar Point. Nice dude. So I got nothing bad to say about the dude. I think he just had a baby recently. Congratulations, my man. See, that's how you do it, motherfuckers. It's about being a gentleman. It's about coming on and manning up. Something the two of you need to learn a little bit more about. And that's why the general is stepping up and coming in to teach you guys how it's done. That's right, motherfuckers. I'm taking over next week's episode. I'm so fucking sick of the pathetic excuses for coaster and theme park enthusiasts that you've been bringing onto this show. It's like a list of the biggest no-names I've ever heard in my life. So that's right. Get ready. I'm going to show you how a real motherfucking podcast is done. Buckle up, bitches. Michael fucking Collins is about to take you fuckers to church. Get ready, assholes. Coming up next week, right here on Ride This One. Oh, yeah.
So,
Holy crap.
I guess I better clean house?
Yeah, you better bleach that asshole because he's about to come take it.
We've been writing our Coaster Radio fan fiction for like months now, but I never thought that it would actually come to fruition. And we could come on his fruition. That's amazing.
It's exciting time. So guys, you heard it here. Next episode of Ride This One, we're going to have the wonderful, evil Mike Collins. I can take a big dick, but I've heard rumors it's real big, so I'm a little nervous I might get a little bit of a tear. So
it'll give us...
We'll
see, he will be like our stepping stone to EB, because...
Oh, okay.
I mean, EB is obviously known as like the horsecock of Coaster Radio.
Well, absolutely.
Right. Until we come on the show, obviously.
Well, obviously. That's got to happen eventually.
Duh.
But you know what, guys?
That absolutely has to happen.
Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to episode 14. I can't believe it. Our next episode, episode 15. I can't believe we've come so far so fast.
That's crazy. Holy crap.
That's amazing. But, before we sign off, we need to fucking finish our show with final thoughts, dumbass.
Oh, shit. You're right. So you know what? I guess we'll do that. right, so you know what? I'll start. Because this final thought, it's been eating at me this whole fucking time. Yes, Kenny. Butt stuff is so worth trying. And I plead to you, please, let me and Garrett show you how. All right, Garrett, and what's your final thought?
Kenny, I don't care what spoon you are, just please eat me for breakfast.
All right, Goliath, this has even got maybe a little bit too gay for me. What's your final thought? Give us salvation, sir.
Well, Kenny, I'm sorry. Sorry I bailed, but I can make it up to you. This week, Fun Spot bought a new park in Georgia. You come down. I know you're going to Daytona next weekend. So, in the spring, come down for the race at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and you can get your mind blown, because I know you probably didn't ride a mind blower.
No, that motherfucker did not. But thank you, guys. Thank you for listening to episode 14. It's been a blast.
Yes, thank you.
I can't believe you're still here. 14 episodes in.
Well, they're all going to just tune in next week for Mike Collins. That's what it is. Everyone just wants to hear Mike say fuck because it's hilarious. So many fucking F-bombs. But all right, guys. It's been great. Kenny, we loved having you on, and I can't wait to have you in my bed. And you know what? Peace out, motherfuckers!
Bye, motherfucker.
I'ma eat your ass, motherfucker.
Ride This One Podcast. If you want family friendly, go listen to Coaster Fucking Radio.
Well, that's embarrassing.